it's just shocking. I'm of the belief we're not supposed to be talking about somebody at 55 years old being gone, and
Yeah.
especially Anne Burrell, who seemed larger than life.
So large.
Yeah.
You meet so many people, right, Nischelle? Like, and there's certain people that you meet, there's this energy that comes with them,
Sure.
right? Like, they take up all the space in the room, you know. That was Anne. And then she outwardly just enjoyed this thing called life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She was joie de vivre personified, like infectious vibes. You're not supposed to be saying this. You're right about someone at 55.
Had you heard of any health struggles or anything?
No, Anne and I, we adored talking about the silliness. She's gardening, so I'll hit her up with some silliness on the text, or she's gonna go down to some convention. Oh, what you gonna eat? Who you gonna hang out with? And I feel like these days, sometimes you say to people like, "Let's hang out, let's get together," and you really never do. It's that meme, you're like of a certain age, just want to be in bed like the Willy Wonka grandparents.
Right.
But she was one of those people that, in the last few years, we just got to this point where it was like, girl, we started together at the same time. We're still here. We're still doing it. Like, let's celebrate each other. And we'd hit each other, and I'd go over to her place, or we'd go catch something to eat, or, and it was laughs, about everything. So,
do you have a favorite memory with Anne? Take your time, Sonny. It's okay.
When I talk about hanging out with people, I don't take breaking bread lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, our last meal together, we were on such a high. And we ate well, we laughed, we planned. I have to say, I've said this a few times, I feel like I'm living the cliche that we hear. People always say, if there's an issue with someone, clear it up.
Yeah.
And I would hear that, and I would search my mind for, like, who could that be, It was Anne. Because at one point, we were just, like in this game, people think you see each other all the time, and you don't really. And we weren't, like, great. But I wanted us to be great. I hit her up, and we cleared it all up. And the best friendship I've had since then. It was like clean slate, happiness, great vibes. She was an awesome friend. Yeah. Like some people, you get on the phone and it's like doldrums all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like they always got something to complain about. That was not her. It was always, let me tell you what I just did. Let me tell you what I'm about to do. Let me tell you what I'm excited about. Like, shout out to Second City. I just want to say that because they embraced her in these last few months in a way that she was so excited about that she went back for more.
There were reports that she was there the night before her passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was her last performance, and everyone that was there that I've heard from said she was just like usual, full of life, and on a million.
I hope it heals your heart a little bit to know that you actually did do what so many of us don't, and that is to heal a part of yourself that is aching, and repair the fact that you repaired your friendship with Anne.
I'm so thankful. I want to send my love to Stuart, her husband. She left 2 little kitty cats, bonus son that she talked about all the time. I'm so thankful I did that and that we did that together.
Have you talked to Stuart?
I have not. It's just so fresh.
Yeah.
And just over here in my thoughtfulness about her. I think when you hear people say they're going through tough times and they would like their privacy respected, it's not about, like, to me in my mind, I'm always like, it's not about the press and stuff, like it's like about the people that actually have access to them. Give them some space.
Yeah.
And when they're ready, they'll resurface. So.
Tell us something about Anne that you feel like people may not know and that you think people should know.
She was sweet and tender.
Mm.
I think a lot of times in this business, especially as a chefy chef, as I call it, there's a lot asked of you. And also as a female in the game, where a lot of people think that the men are chefs, she had to fight that fight. And so in that, I think that there's a certain personality in chefs as well. I've met so many of them. They're just so like, they're like I'm a veteran. They're like commanders,
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to put on that commander vibe when you're commanding. But then you go out to break or lunch with your commander and find out you guys have so much in common, and they smile and they crack a joke. That was Anne. She was both sides of that coin. And if you didn't know her sweet and tender side, I wish you did, because it was the sweetest and the most tender. She was like a grown-up kid.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Finally, Sunny, how do you think Anne would want to be remembered?
I don't know, hashtag lucky girl.
Yeah.
She put that on every post and I loved it. It was like really just a reminder to self and others, like, wow, look at this, look at this. So yeah, lucky girl. She was a lucky girl all around.